Sit on that one. Shepitu. Shepitu is the key to ancient Egyptian religion because it is the third step, if you will. It is the philosophical step. It is the mystical step. Shepav means mystery, and Shepitu means philosophy of the mystery. That is a very direct translation of the term. Brief one, if you can.
Shepitu. This Shetal, mysteries, rituals, wisdom, philosophy about the nether are related in the Shepitu, or writings related to the hidden teachings. And those writings are referred to as Medu Neter, or divine speech, the writings of the god Jehuti, ancient Egyptian god of the divine word. Also refers to any hieroglyphic text or inscriptions generally. The term Medu Neter makes use of a special hieroglyph, which means medu, or staff, walking stick, speech. This means that speech is a support for the divine. Thus, just as a staff supports an elderly person, a hieroglyphic writing, the word, is a prop which sustains the divine in the realm of time and space. That is, the divine writings contains the wisdom which enlightens us about the divine, Shetal Neter. If Medu Neter is mastered, then the spiritual aspect becomes Mateu, or true of thought, word, and deed, that is, purified in body, mind, and soul. The symbol Medu is static, while the symbol of Peruz is dynamic. This term Mateu uses the glyph Peru, is a rudder, or, like as in rowing, symbol of voice, meaning that purification occurs when the righteous movement of the word, when it is used to promote virtue, order, peace, harmony, and truth. So, Medu Neter is a potential word, and Materu is the perfected word. The hieroglyph texts become useful in a process of religion when they are used as hekal, the ancient Egyptian words of power, when the word is hesi, chanted, and shemai, sung, and thereby one performs dua, or worship of the divine. The divine word allows the speaker to control the gods and goddesses, for example, the cosmic forces. This concept is really based on the idea that human beings are higher order beings if they learn about the nature of the universe and elevate themselves through virtue and wisdom.
Just to emphasize, the term Medu, that the words are a support, like a table. Your table with legs are support. You don't eat on the legs, right? You eat on the table part, on the top part. So the idea here is that the philosophy is not in the words themselves. It's in the meaning of the word. The keru is a movement of the word. So the medu is the static word, the words right on page. You begin to move and begin to read them, begin to chant them, begin to understand and live them. That is what makes them useful or effective. If you only read, if your philosophy only stays at the level of medu, that's like a faith-based religion when you have the perfect book. And I'm not just talking about Western thought. There, a yoga sage once said that people fail in the practice of Hinduism because they revere the Bhagavad Gita, which is the Hindu Bible, essentially, but they don't study it. They don't read it. They say, oh, Krishna is all over the world. Krishna, 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 Krishna. So like the Jesus, 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 Jesus. But they don't really read the Bible. It's funny on one show, the comedy station, one of these shows, the John Stewart show, one of those shows, Colbert Report. They asked the congressman, you're so big on getting 10 Commandments into all the schools and everything. Can you name the 10 Commandments for me? You name 3? Okay. And he let him stew it in little juices there. And that is negative. That is not living a philosophy, not studying the teaching, and not living it. If the philosophy becomes Mahaperu, then you are perfecting the movement. So just because you move it, just because you're Peru, you know a lot of people like that, right? They can talk the philosophy, they have lots of little minutiae information memorized, but they don't really live it, they don't really adopt it. It's like you're wearing a garb, but you're not really, you don't really live the meaning of the garb. A lot of people can put on dashiki, doesn't mean they're African. A lot of people who are not born in Africa can put on dashiki and they adopt the philosophy and the teaching of the dashiki and what it means, and they can become African no matter where they come. You follow? So these are the basic concepts that I wanted to go over with you for this particular opening lecture about what religion is supposed to be. I'm sure there'll be much more discussion of that. And some of these concepts I took further in the new book called The Limits of Faith. You can go on some of the philosophical insights into the problems of improper practice of religion and so on and so forth. Yes. Ask a question. Questions?
Okay, I'm going to ask you to raise your hand. We'll bring the mic over to you.
You were sitting on the timeline of the Egyptian civilization, and I was just wondering, where did Atlantis and Lemuria kind of fit into that?
Atlantis and Lemuria. Atlantis and Lemuria don't really fit into the scene because they never existed. They don't fit into the scene. There were other cultures that existed before Kemet or contemporary with Kemet, but they were not high cultures. If you read the African origins, Cheikh Anta Diop did some researchers and other scholars have done research